You uploaded your first design. Maybe it was a mug, maybe a t-shirt, maybe a phone case with something you thought was clever and original. And you hit publish, and then you waited, and nothing happened. Not a single sale, not even a click. Just silence. That silence is one of the most demoralizing feelings in the world because you put real time into this, you had real hope. And the platform just sat there like it didn't even notice you existed. Here is the thing that nobody tells you when you first start print on demand. The product was never the problem. The design was never the problem. The platform was never the problem. The problem was something that happened before you ever opened a design tool. The problem was that you skipped niche research. And if you are watching this right now, there is a very high chance that this is exactly where your store is struggling or where your store already failed. I want to talk to you today like a real person, not like a tutorial, not like a lecture, like someone who actually understands what you have been going through. So before we go any further, I want you to know that there is a program linked down below in the video description that goes much deeper than what we are covering today. People who are inside it are seeing results that felt completely out of reach before they found it. If you have been spinning your wheels for months and you are tired of guessing, this program could be exactly what changes everything for you. But I want you to earn that decision by understanding the full picture first. So stay with me. Let me paint you a picture of what failing without niche research actually looks like from the inside. You spend 3 weeks designing a collection. You are proud of it, you post it, you maybe even share it on social media, and a few people tell you it looks great, but nobody buys it. And you start to wonder if you are just not creative enough. You start scrolling through other stores and you see designs that look way simpler than yours and they have hundreds of reviews, thousands of sales, and you sit there genuinely confused. What do they know that you do not know? The answer is not design skill. The answer is not luck. The answer is that they know exactly who they are selling to. They know that person so deeply that every single design they create speaks directly to that person's identity. And when someone stumbles across that product, they feel seen. They feel like that product was made specifically for them. And that feeling is what makes people pull out their credit card. When you skip niche research, you are essentially walking into a dark room and throwing darts. You might occasionally hit something, but most of the time you are just burning through time and creative energy on products that will never convert. And time is the most expensive thing you have. Every week you spend guessing is a week you are not building. Every month that passes without a sale is another month of wondering if this whole thing was a mistake. And I know what that starts to do to a person. It starts to make you question your intelligence. It makes you feel like everyone else figured out some secret that was never shared with you. It makes you feel like maybe you are just not cut out for this. And that is one of the most painful places to be because you started this to build something real. You started this to create freedom. Maybe financial freedom. Maybe creative freedom. Maybe just some extra income that gives you breathing room. And now it feels like a joke you are telling yourself. That is not a failure of character. That is a failure of strategy. And strategy can be fixed. Here is what niche research actually does when it is done right. It transforms the entire game. And I do not use that phrase lightly. When you understand your niche on a deep level, you are not just picking a category like dogs or fitness or coffee. You are diving into the psychology of a very specific group of people. You are understanding what they are proud of, what they laugh about, what frustrates them, what they post about at midnight when they cannot sleep, what they would wear or put on their wall or put on their desk that would make them feel like it was made just for them. That level of understanding does not come from browsing a marketplace for 10 minutes. It comes from actual research. And the stores that are pulling in consistent revenue every single month, the ones that look like they have it all figured out, they are not smarter than you. They are not more talented than you. They just did this step that most people skip because it feels slow and unsexy compared to actually making designs. Let me give you a real example of the difference this makes. Imagine two people starting a print-on-demand store on the same day with the same budget and the same design skill. The first person jumps straight into designing. They make motivational quote shirts because they see those everywhere and they figure there must be demand. They make a dog mom mug because dogs are popular. They make a funny coffee shirt because who does not love coffee? They end up with 40 products that have no connection to each other. They are targeting everyone. And targeting everyone means you are targeting no one. The second person spends the first week doing nothing but research. They find a very specific group of people. Let us say people who are passionate about a very specific hobby in a very specific way. They read what these people talk about. They understand the inside jokes. They understand the vocabulary. They understand what this group celebrates and what makes them feel misunderstood by the rest of the world. Then they start designing. And every single product they make is speaking directly to that group. 6 months later, the first person has made a handful of sales, maybe $20 total. They have burned through their enthusiasm and they are starting to wonder if they should just quit. The second person has a growing store with a loyal following. Their products are being shared within that niche community. Their conversion rate is higher. Their return customer rate is higher. And they are spending less time on marketing because the products are doing the selling for them. That difference is not talent. That difference is research. And the gap between those two outcomes is not 6 months apart. It can be measured in thousands of dollars. This is where the cost of ignoring this hits hardest. Let us talk about real numbers for a second. If you spend 6 months uploading products without niche research, you might invest hundreds of hours of your time. You might spend money on design tools, on advertising, on courses that teach you tactics but skip over strategy. And at the end of it, you have almost nothing to show for it. But the person who spent that same 6 months building with intention, with a clear niche, with a real understanding of who they serve, that person might be looking at a store doing 4 figures a month. The same 6 months. Completely different outcomes. Not because of luck. Because of foundation. And here's the part that makes this even more painful if you are in the middle of it right now. Every day you wait to fix this is a day your competitor in that niche is getting further ahead. They are building their review count. They are getting traction in the algorithm. They are becoming the go-to store for that community. And once someone has that position, it is very hard to displace them. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to be honest with you because you deserve honesty right now. Now let me flip this completely. Let me tell you what life looks like on the other side of getting this right. You wake up and you check your phone and there are notifications. Sales from while you were sleeping. Real money that came in because you built something that speaks to real people. You are not stressed about where the next sale is coming from because you understand your audience so well that you know what to create next. You have a roadmap. You have clarity. And that clarity is one of the most underrated feelings in this entire business. You stop second-guessing every design. You stop throwing things at the wall. You start working with precision. And precision in business is what separates people who grind forever with no results from people who build real momentum. The research phase also protects you from one of the biggest traps in print on demand, which is chasing trends without a foundation. Trends are real and they can bring traffic, but if you do not have a niche home base, you are always chasing the next wave, and you are always starting from zero. When you have a niche, every trend that touches your niche is an opportunity you can capture quickly, because you already have the audience and the context to execute fast. The stores that are doing serious volume right now are not necessarily in the most glamorous niches. They are in niches where the person who built the store took the time to understand the community they were serving, and the community trusted them because of it. This is not complicated, but it does require you to slow down before you speed up. It requires you to do the unsexy work that most people are too impatient to do, and if you are willing to do it, everything changes. If you are at a point where you are ready to stop guessing and start building with a real strategy behind you, the program in the description below is built for exactly where you are right now. Not tomorrow, right now. The people who are already inside are not waiting for the perfect moment to figure this out. They are building while you are still deciding. And every day that passes without taking action is a day the gap gets wider. If this is the year you said things would be different, then let this be the moment you actually make them different. Everything you need to move forward is linked below.